Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Is there really any ingredient as versatile as the humble egg? I don't think so. You know, eggs are used in everything from sweet to savory, for your desserts, for your side dishes, for your breads, for your cakes. It's used in your main courses, in your breakfast, and even in soups. And what are we making today? We're going to be making a simple and delicious keto egg drop soup. And oh yeah, it's going to be delicious. And that's not all. We're actually going to make the stock for the soup from scratch. Because what's the secret to a great soup? It's a good stock. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is make the chicken stock, and I am using a pressure cooker to do this. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can just use a regular pot. Now for this recipe, I am using something called desi chicken, which is basically the Indian version of a free range chicken. So it's a lot smaller in size, it has a lot less meat on the bone, but it's way more flavorful. So I'm just putting that into the pressure cooker, and I found a liver in there and I took that out because liver is best eaten pan fried and separate. Now I really want to pack some flavor into the stock, so I'm going to add in 2 bay leaves. I'm also going to throw in some whole peppercorns, some freshly sliced ginger, a pandan leaf which I'm going to tear and add in, but you can completely skip this, it's an optional ingredient, and some good quality sea salt. And then I'm going to fill the pressure cooker with some water, and then I'm going to cover it with a lid and get it on the stove and cook it for 30 minutes on a medium heat. This will ensure a flavorful stock and a tender bird. Once it's done cooking and the pressure cooker has cooled down, I'm going to lift off the lid. And our chicken looks really good and that stock looks flavorful. So what I'm going to do now is strain out that stock into a Pyrex dish, and I'm going to put the chicken into a bowl. And then I'm just going to shred that chicken. And then you can use some of this chicken in your soup, you can use some of it for salads, maybe a sandwich, completely up to you. Now to make our soup, I'm going to get a saucepan on the stove and pour in our chicken stock. I'm also going to add some water because as you notice the stock was not a lot and I want a lot more soup. Now I'm going to add the white part of a spring onion into the soup. I'm also going to add in some salt because remember we added more water. And then I'm just going to cover it and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Now if you're using a store-bought stock, you want to add in some fresh ginger here to add that ginger flavor to your soup. Once that's been cooking for 5 minutes and the spring onions have become nice and tender, I'm going to throw in some of that chicken into the soup. Because I realized I wanted some chicken in my soup. And now it's time to add some flavor by adding in some soya sauce and a glug of sesame oil. Oh yeah, this adds some really good flavor. Now I'm going to take 2 eggs and crack them into a bowl, and then I'm going to season them with some salt, and then I'm just going to beat them nice and good. And then I'm going to pour that egg mixture into the soup, let it sit for 5 to 10 seconds, and then give it all a good mix. Now people have many different techniques of adding the egg into the soup, but honestly you can do it any way you like, it results in the same thing. And I guess our soup is pretty much ready. I'm just going to finish it with the green part of the spring onion. And then give it all a final good mix. And that's all folks, our egg drop soup is ready. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste the egg drop soup. And don't be shy about cracking some fresh black pepper over this for an extra bit of kick. Anyway, I'm going to taste. That is pure. It is nourishing. It is heartwarming. It is the perfect, it is chicken soup for the soul. If there was an actual soup that was the chicken soup for the soul. That broth is so flavorful. That sesame oil just elevates the soup. That green onion, that ginger. Wow, that's really good. And I'll be honest, we don't actually get egg drop soup in India. Like all our Chinese restaurants, they do the egg drop in all the soups which have meat, but we don't have a specific soup called egg drop soup in any of the restaurants. But wow, this is so clean and fresh and delicious. And you know what? I know that this will not have a lot of fat in it, but friends, I would just say eat your soup quietly and then pop a fat bomb for dessert, and you've got yourself a well balanced keto meal. Anyway, I'm going to go finish the rest of the soup, and I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Hey folks, I've got a lot of soup recipes on this channel. I've got broccoli soup, I've got mushroom soup, I've got chicken soup, I've got spinach soup. The list goes on. How many Headbanger's Kitchen soup recipes have you made, and which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I'm eager to find out which is your favorite HK soup. I think this is mine. Definitely mine.